Alright, so this video is for anyone who have an idea or plan of going abroad and teaching English for a career overseas. I have put together a video of 5 different people who are in 5 different locations like Japan, Vietnam, Taiwan, Thailand, who come from all different backgrounds to give their experiences of the pros and cons of teaching abroad. Of course, you don't want to fall into these traps. You want to make better decisions and learn from them. Alright, let's get into it.
Hey, what's up everybody? So in this video, I'm going to talk about teaching English abroad, pros and cons, things that you need to know if you've been thinking about coming out here to Asia, and when things open up again and travel occurs, what to expect. So these guys keep waving me. Coming at you from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. This is the Binh Thanh district. Cool little streets over here. And yeah, it's really nice. So just for context, guys, I taught English in 2011 in Thailand, and I taught at an elementary school, high school, and then I finished off that by teaching at a university. Then I taught English online for a little bit, and now I've fully transitioned to my freelance work, websites, my YouTube channels. I make money from 2 large websites where I'm an affiliate for various products. I have an email list. But the cons are that you can get stuck. You gotta be careful with that. I'm warning you, don't get stuck. Because like this one guy from Canada back in the town where I used to be an English teacher, he's been there for 15 years, working at the same school, teaching the same class, same subject for 15 years. And he makes like $2,000 something now. He's got like a Thai wife and kids, and like he has no, he doesn't make a lot of money, and just terrible to get yourself stuck in that situation because like you couldn't go back to Canada. What's he gonna do? Like you get stuck in a situation, so you don't want to get stuck. You want to have a plan. You want to come out here and make sure that you have some type of plan, because I would suggest coming out here for 2 years. Because 1 year is too short. Like if you come out here for 1 year, you're going to really enjoy it, and you're going to want to stay out here for at least another year. And then as you stay out here, make sure you either make a plan to go back home to get a degree to become a more certified teacher so you can land a job at an international school, or do something else, or like be working towards something else. Like my buddy Brad, we were both teachers in the same town. The nice thing about teaching English abroad is that you start to realize like, oh, I can go anywhere. It's like if you're from Connecticut, like yeah, you can just go to Florida and get a job. Like you don't have to stay in Connecticut. You don't have to limit your job search. Or you can come abroad and have a new experience like this, because you may come abroad like me and be like, oh, I love traveling. Like I have no desire to ever go back to Connecticut. Because my parents always ask me like, when are you gonna get a normal job? And I'm like, I'm not coming home ever. See the world, develop a lot of soft skills. Sorry about the noise. See the world, develop a lot of soft skills, have fun, and that's pretty much it. And then it kind of gives you a leverage into like a new industry if you want to pursue it. So maybe you want to start off as an English teacher in Thailand and do that for a year or 2, and then get a master's degree in education or something, and then become an actual teacher, and then come get a job at an international school, and that's a proper career. And then go from there. Do what my friend did, get a master's degree in education and kind of work on like structural design for courses, and that's kind of like what he does now, where he's not in the classroom anymore. Or you could do like what I did, and like what a lot of other people did, like just use teaching to transition from something to something else. I use it as a way to transition to self-employment.
God, I hate my life, I hate my job, I hate everything about this thing in my life. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about my experience teaching English in Japan for an eikaiwa, which is like an English language school. So I should have known that this job was going to be bullshit because I got hired on the spot. Mind you, my interview was an hour and a half away, where I would end up teaching like a few times a week. I would teach 5 days a week, and 4 of those days would be in Osaka, which is literally over an hour away every fucking day. And I would get 1 day in Kyoto. which was okay, I guess. Not really, to be honest. So yeah, I was teaching an hour and a half away from where I actually lived every day from 12 to 9, basically. And so I would have to leave my house at like maybe like 11, or like every fucking month I would have to scrape $1,800. And it was just like, why the fuck am I working and slaving away at this job for hours on end, teaching children and adults that don't give a fuck about where they are for this raggedy ass paycheck? So it would take a fucking toll on me, because there would be days where I just wake up and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, bro? Like, how is this helping my future? How is this like propelling me to where I want to be in life? Like, this is whack. Like, this is so stupid. I did not go to fucking university to be an English teacher in Japan. And I know a lot of people, they do like their job. They're like, it's a job. I don't know why you would like it, but they like it. And that's cool for you. Me personally, I don't think I could do that again for a long period of time. It was just not cool. English class, and it was just like, bro, why am I here? Why am I getting paid so little? And why is everything so fucking messy? Like, I don't know. And we had to create our own lesson plan. There was like no like curriculum. It was just like, here is a book for reference. Just teach out of your ass for 40 minutes or 50 minutes for a class. And I'm like, fuck. I just have to make this shit up at the top of the dome, because you were given an hour before your classes start to like think of shit and like come up with the lesson plan, and then just go like about your fucking day. And it was just not a happy place for me or any of my coworkers. I was like the youngest person there. Everyone else was like in their like 30s or 40s or even 50s and 60s. And I was just there, and I was treated like I was incompetent because of my age a lot of the time by the staff for some fucking reason. And that always pissed me off. And I just don't enjoy being asked like inappropriate questions by students of like, you know, they'd be like, you know, you're black, right? So like, you guys love fried chicken. And I'd just be like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I not leaping across this table and like beating your... And there were days where I did like it. I was like, this is chill. This is something that I could see myself doing and like finish up my contract and just find something else. But no, I knew like 3 months in, I was like, this is not sustainable. I cannot do this with my life. I gotta do something better. So now I got into grad school. I got a full ride to grad school. I'm going to grad school. I wouldn't recommend English teaching in Japan if you don't genuinely love children, and if you love not being paid a livable wage, then you can go ahead and apply. It's very easy to apply. You can go to literally so many websites that will hook you up with a teaching job in Japan. All you need is a bachelor's degree. They don't usually ask for anything else, maybe like a TEFL certification. But that's literally it. It's not difficult to get a job in Japan for English teaching. If you want...
All right, so she didn't sugarcoat anything. She absolutely hated her job. She said she hated her life. She hated that she was traveling far to get to her work. She do not recommend teaching in Japan. And I actually been to Japan. Japan is one of actually my favorite countries to visit. I spent time over there and made friends. However, it is not a country I would recommend for someone to find a work. It was not a country I recommend anyone to go there and get a job to make a living in Japan. It's absolutely terrible decision. There's better places out there if you want to move abroad and start working. I really don't think Japan should be at the top of your list. You should do more research on that. You don't do the research before you properly get into places, you will be stuck like that. So learn from other people's mistakes and their experiences. All right, we got more to go to. Let's hear from others.
Okay, so I just made it to my first class of the day, which is math science 4. Hey, how old are you guys? 15! They're 15. So today we are reviewing for the midterm. Next week. They listen. and I'm leaving school now. I'm going to scan my finger on the way out. That's just the way that we like clock in and out. And then I have tutoring after, so I have this woman who I tutor privately. She is a nurse in a hospital, so I help her with like illnesses and different vocabulary like that. So that's where I'm going now. After my tutoring, I came back to the house, chilled out for a bit, did some video editing, and now we're going out to dinner. It is 9:15 p.m. I have just gotten out of the shower. That's pretty much the end of my day. I'm going to edit some videos for a little bit longer and then go to sleep. Then wake up at 6:30 in the morning to start it all again. So
I wanted to show you guys what it is like to be an English teacher in Thailand. I'm going to take you to my school. I'm going to show you what a daily routine is like.
I need the short eye worksheet. Can you please raise your hands? Very good. Can you make me a line right here? Does everybody?
Why should you teach abroad? I think when you teach abroad, other than just like traveling to different places, you get to like really experience culture in a different way. Like us being teachers, we're kind of more involved like in the community because obviously we see the kids every day. We have to interact with the teachers and like the staff at the school. Alright, so I just had my first class of the day at 10:30, and it is lunchtime. So usually what we do is we go to like this little vegetarian place that's down the street from school because the school lunches really don't be hitting like that. School lunch is really kind of the same everywhere, kind of trash, but it is what it is. Teachers, pretty much, I would recommend at least spending 1 year, maybe 6 months teaching abroad. Teaching is a skill that you can use for everything in your life. As a teacher, every day you come to school, you have to make a plan, you have to go in front of the class, you have to execute that plan, you have to make sure they're behaved, you have to make sure everybody's understanding on the same page. These are like real management skills.
Be flexible, patient.
So as you can see, my class is now empty. I am done for the day. It's really good though. I think I have a really nice work-life balance. Even when you're teaching for the day, you have so many free periods that it's not overwhelming, especially since the lesson plans are already done for you. So yeah, let's walk.
All right, class. So next class, you guys are gonna have your final exam. So we're gonna do 2 lessons today, but we're gonna do it quickly. So right now, if I could have you guys open up your books to page 46, please. All right. So this lesson is about life in Britain. Class, repeat after me. Britain. Britain.
Alright, so right now I'm about to stop at 7-Eleven to get some treats for my students. All students that get 100% on their tests, I like to incentivize them with a treat. Usually something for like 5 or 6 baht, like some type of sweet treat, just so they feel like a nice incentive. They absolutely love that. So that is where I'm heading right now. She's just right over here.
So all 3 of those teachers are from Thailand. They are over in Thailand teaching in different cities. I have been to Thailand. It's absolutely one of my favorite countries to visit. I've been there, believe it or not, 10 times in 1 year. I did business in Thailand, made friends. You can see all 3 of their lifestyles are different. I believe all 3 of them work in the rural areas. They don't work in the inner city areas like Bangkok and Chiang Rai or Chiang Mai, the more known popular cities of Thailand. But all 3 seems to like their job. They rather enjoy where they are. Are they sugarcoating it or not? I actually don't know. But the last one, I want you guys to check it out. She really tells it the way it is. She doesn't sugarcoat anything. As the first girl we had seen in Japan, this young lady is teaching in Taiwan. I have not been to Taiwan. I've been to China and Hong Kong, but I can imagine they're probably just the same with the lifestyle. All right, let's go check it out.
I always knew deep down that this wasn't what they were passionate about, and they really didn't intend to make a career out of it. Teaching English is one of the easiest ways you can make that happen and still make a living for yourself. So I thought this was perfect. You didn't need any prior experience, which I didn't have. You didn't need All you needed was a bachelor's degree, which is what I had. And the hiring process moved pretty fast, as well as jobs were pretty readily available depending on which country you were looking at. So initially my plan was to move abroad for 1 year. And that's what I set out to do. So I guess what I felt my purpose was, or what I wanted to fulfill within that year abroad, was, of course, the saving money and traveling was huge for me. That was very appealing for me. But most importantly, I was just looking for more time and more space to clear my head mentally. I felt like at home, when you're working, you're just trying to survive and stay afloat. And I never even had the opportunity to like explore other things. I've been here 2.5 years now. That 1 year definitely came and went. I guess I'll go into why I think it can be a trap. It's that there are really no opportunities for career growth in this field. Someone like me who wants to get into other things and explore different career paths and skills and things like that, it's very unsettling. You know, year after year, it can kind of feel redundant. The reason why you can get stuck here is because, again, when I moved here, my plan essentially was to only be here for 1 year. I never ever considered leaving America and never returning a monetized gap into my resume. Unless I want to continue teaching, then it doesn't really do anything for my resume. So the longer that you're here and the longer that you're doing this, I think if you plan to go back home, it could in the long run hurt your chances of getting into a new career, or at least make it a little harder the longer that you decide to stay away from home.
So pretty much everyone says they recommend going abroad and teaching for 1 year. All experiences are different, and these are all different locations from all different types of people. So if you are considering going over abroad and teaching, I hope you really consider each and one of their inputs of the experiences. Whether or not they will still make a better decision for you, I thought it was pretty good for you guys to check this out. For more other content like this, please subscribe my channel. I cover all things travel related. Thanks again. If you have made it this far, leave me a like, a subscribe, or a share, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.